Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Now a play fake here on first down. Man open, it's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Caleb Farley. And the Cards are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Nobody ever wants the interception on the opening drive to happen, but when it happens in the playoffs, it feels like it's a bigger deal. What a rough start.
And how about these visitors? The defense just went right on the field and seized momentum. You know, almost like they're saying, okay, no one expects us to win this one. Let's go ahead and give them a shock early. Took the ball from the home team and put them in the hole.
Because this crowd, one of the best in the league, especially this time of year, it's going to be tough to take them out of it, but that's a heck of a start. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hands it off out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
And he's got his big tight end here. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 25-yard line. 12 yards on 3rd down as the drive rolls on. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. Let's pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Murray now to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing now is Murray. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up a 1st and goal.
So 1st and goal and an opportunity for our first points in this wild card game. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. He'll look to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty. And they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
But one of the things we talked about coming into this was we were never going to question the fight that he's going to have for all 4 quarters of a game. But ideally, you want him fighting for big plays and 1st downs early, not fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage, as we saw right there.
Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Murray going to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Woods. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Murray now on 1st down.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Here's Murray. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted.
And the Buccaneers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. Inside handoff now to Fournette. bulldozes, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
One of the good things offenses did years ago was they lettered their gaps the same on each side. A gap between guard and center on either side. That's what you want to control when you're trying to run the ball up the middle.
And why is that?
Because typically you either have a big nose guard in there in an odd front, three-man front, or you have defensive tackles that might line up in the A-gaps trying to gain an advantage and get upfield themselves. If you can control that, it gives the back plenty of space to pick and choose where to go.
And there, a great inside run, broke the contact and got some space. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Fournette is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. So another rushing touchdown for him this year. Boy, he's found the end zone quite a bit so far. Charles, that now an even 20 scores on the season.
And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in... rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Fournette, a first down carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, it's Fournette. And down inside the 15 he goes. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Here's a give to Fournette. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That goes for 14 yards, first down Cardinals.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing on first down is Murray. Caught by Woods. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Murray. It's caught. Smith.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
When you run into slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
On 2nd and 10, Murray.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
Touchdown, Cardinals! Cardinals. Devontae Smith in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cards are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. Going deep for Diggs. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
A final shot before half for Murray. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wild card matchup. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest, but now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to get a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. A nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Back to throw here. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Fournette running out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle on that play by Quinnen Williams.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He'll check this one off to Fournette.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about this.
Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 13 yards out, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too in a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
So problems compounding themselves here on the return. They just give up the touchdown, and now they lose the football.
Yeah, partner, things are starting to unravel a little bit for them right in front of our eyes. They're going to be looking for some answers, and quickly.
A handoff to Fournette. And they'll get to him just inside the 15. Even after the strong run we just saw, they're able to corral him quickly defensively.
66 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 3. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Buccaneers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll give Fournette another crack, and he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Leonard Fournette, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Murray now. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Murray and company going for it on 4th.
Got a man. It's short. It's complete.
Past the 20. Touchdown, Cardinals. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The Cardinal offense not going anywhere. They'll stay out and go for 2. It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. The Cardinals setting out to kick this one away, and off we go. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Byron Murphy. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
After the turnover, here's Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. 30 yards. And the Cardinals are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Extra point safely through. And this is back to an 8-point game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
No surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack.
Isaiah Simmons.
What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 65 yards. 1 quarter remains in this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A shotgun give to Fournette. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them. And boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 8. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. They keep it with Fournette on 1st down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Fournette. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette
saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Buccaneers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. Up to 15 now. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a... Oh, they've intercepted Murray for the third time. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for them. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for them here.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. He's got a man. Complete. 30.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 54 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
2nd down, back to Fournette. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3. He handed it off there, but I don't really know if he would have kept it or tried to do anything else if it would have mattered.
Yeah, it's not always a wrong read when a play gets stacked up. Sometimes they're just at the line of scrimmage. There's just too many bodies to maneuver.
And as a result, now they're looking at a 4th down. Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Murray. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now Leonard Fournette. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
Probably a little bit of a surprise call there on 3rd and inches that they decided to throw the football. And how difficult is that for an offensive line when they look up and see all those extra bodies coming at them?
Tons of bodies coming in. They get a huge sack there.
So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards.
And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite.
Murray has it knocked loose. Fumble.
But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Murray with a 3rd and long. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now Murray's got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, their playoff run may end right here. This is Fournette, and he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for your kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.